So, sorry. Amateur film production. Anyway, but anyway, you go back to that constant daily exposure of poison, and it's cumulative. It accumulates in your fatty tissue, it builds up, and ultimately the organism dies. Constant toxic exposure. It's just common sense. You don't have to be a doctor to figure this out. And that's basically what people are doing with their cleaners every day. You know, it's like mom takes a bottle of poison, sprays it all over the house. If you look at it from that perspective, mom's a lunatic. Yeah. You know, we all know our mothers are lunatics, but anyway. So, you know, you're back again, you're back to the brainwashing with bleach. We had a situation where a friend of mine, she is very environmentally aware, she's a marketing expert, she looks around and studies what's green and what's not, organic foods. And so she went and did our laundry test. She tested mixing whites and colors together, which she thought was great because she was doing that. You can do that. You don't need bleach, you don't need laundry detergent, remember. She put all her big white towels out to dry outside because she doesn't want to use the dryer in the summer. And actually they smell fresher when they're air dried. But her mom walks in and smells the towels.
Unless you're in LA.
Yeah, unless you're in LA. Oh, God. So anyway, mom smells the towels and goes, "These aren't clean. They're not bleached." Well, you think about that. That's how incredible brainwashing. Every living creature on this planet, if you take bleach, put it in water, in air or anywhere, they smell it, they're gone. They take off. They know it's poison. But because of marketing, we've been able to overwhelm people's natural survival mechanism to get them to believe it's the exact opposite, that represents clean. That is amazing brainwashing.
Wow, yeah.
You know, and it's amazing, just for fun, if you want to try this, if you got a dog or a cat, whatever, put out 3 bowls of water. Well, just do 2. I'll tell you about the 3 later on. One is tap water, one is just filtered water, so there's no chlorine in it. Watch which one the animal drinks.
So one's tap water, one's with.
Yeah, one's your regular tap water with the chlorine in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then one is filtered water. Run it through a Brita water filter or under counter or reverse osmosis. Doesn't matter, as long as you take out that chlorine component.
Mm-hmm. And
then watch what the animal drinks. You'll see that the animal will always drink the clean water. That's what they migrate to. Their sense of smell is phenomenal. They know that that's poison. And they'll switch over. Again, we as humans, we've got these things called minds that sometimes work for us, sometimes against us, and we've just been brainwashed.
Yeah.
So, you know, the question is, when teaching people how to clean, they got to get rid of all this nonsense about what is really clean. You know, clean is something you can see it's clean, but it doesn't leave any poison residue behind.
Yeah.
That's clean, okay? And then the natural bacteria goes back to work, it does what it's supposed to be doing. And the other thing is actually to get people to be lazy and use proper cleaning methods. I know that sounds crazy.
Tough for a lot of people, tough for
Well, it is. I screw up too. We just did an oil spill cleanup a day ago, and I'm with all the environmental protection guys, and we put the cleaner down, because now this is, you know, a spill. It's going into a stream area. And I don't know what we didn't think. We only gave it half its dwell time. So we had to go do a couple sections over again, whereas if we would have waited 20 minutes instead of 10, and I missed it, right? I just kind of lost track because we were talking about stuff and there's all this neat stuff going on, and I missed it. And we all do that. So it's a retraining. We've got to, you know, you want to scrub. It's just natural. I want to go and scrub my brains out, right? And it's hard to fight. I know it sounds crazy, but everybody does it. We just did we were cleaning a Boeing 727 last week. And I'm watching, what I'm doing is analyzing the cleaning crews to increase their productivity rates. And by the time I timed things out, 2 things happen. One, the toxic chemical they were using before, now they've all switched for inside and outside the jet. Everything, the kitchens, the carpets, the brakes, everything is all oillift now. They were spending 96 cents a liter or a quart for their chemical. Now with oillift, they're spending 19 cents. So, but then here's the big scary part. Remember, cleaning aircraft, cleaning stuff are very expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, they've got to know what they're doing. This is serious stuff.
Yeah.
I estimated they were doing triple the work because they were spraying and foaming the jet, and then they had to get up there, and then they had to scrub with big scrubbing pools and pads, and I mean really work hard. And then they had to go back and they had to do like a big white rinse and a light pressure washing. Then when we looked at it from doing with oillift, because the cleaner's now doing the work, they can spray the whole thing down and do one wipe and rinse. So they've eliminated,
It's a third of the time.
yeah, it basically ends up being about a third of the actual work. So it's, you know, it's a hard change to make. Now we have to actually retrain all these staff.
I'm sure we could all work on being a little more lazy, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, some of us, anyway. Okay. Next question.
I was talking to my mom yesterday. My mom is a doctor in the U.S., and she was mentioning something about in hospitals they're having a problem with E. coli and almost a bacteria that's not being killed off. They've built up a tolerance to the chemical cleaners they've been using for the last 15, 20 years.
Okay, well, that's actually a twofold situation. And remember, I'm not a medical doctor, but you study the trends of all the chemistry and what's going on. There's two sides to that. One is the use of antibiotics, and the other side is the use of the chemical. As I already mentioned, when you kill all the good bacteria, the bad bacteria come back faster, and you've got a bigger fight on your hands. So that's making a bigger problem. So that's a contributor. It's not just a contributor in hospitals, it's a contributor in all the water quality throughout the world.
It sounds like they're mutating, they're building a resistance to the cleaning products.
Yeah. Well, remember, that's only half. The other half is the overuse of antibiotics. The antibiotics gets way too overprescribed. And fortunately, there's a lot of doctors that are going against that now, and they're fighting it. You don't need penicillin for fighting a cold. You know, they're just getting way overprescribed, and there's a lot more knowledgeable people in that area than I am, because everything builds up and builds a resistance. So it's kind of a double whammy effect. We're doing it at home, we're doing it in hospitals, and then on the other side you've got the drug problem, which is the wrong prescription of drugs. But here's a neat thing that most people don't know, is that that's also happening in the water. As we nuke our water systems more, lakes, rivers, streams, what happens is, again, the bad bacteria grow, and then you get more and more and more and more beach closings, because you've killed everything in that system. So then they get a beach warning. Some level of toxin or bacteria grows in that beach, so now they have to shut it down. And I can't remember the ratio now. It's over 50%, 57% of water in the United States is basically dead. You can't swim in it. You can't eat the fish. So it's becoming an astronomical problem. Remember, water is the base of our food chain. All life on Earth depends on clean water. And every time we kill out a section, we're killing out that. We're basically destroying the entire base of life in that area. It's kind of scary.